Sentencing postponed for Mississippi police officers who tortured two. Jackson, Mississippi. AP, a federal judge has postponed sentencing for 6 former Mississippi law enforcement officers who pleaded guilty to a long list of federal charges for torturing 2 black men in January. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than sentencing had been scheduled to begin November 14, but U.S. District Judge Tom Lee wrote in a Friday order that the court would delay it in response to motions from some of the former officers. Their attorneys said they needed more time to evaluate presentencing reports and prepare objections, the judge said. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than Lee has not yet rescheduled the sentencing hearing, but some of the former officers requested it be delayed until December 15. The men admitted in August to subjecting Michael Corey Jenkins and Eddie Terrell Parker to numerous acts of racially motivated, violent torture. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than after a neighbor told one of the former officers that the two were staying at a home in Braxton with a white woman. He assembled a group of 5 other officers. They burst into the home without a warrant and assaulted Jenkins and Parker with stun guns, a sex toy and other objects, prosecutors said in court, reading a lengthy description of the abuse. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than the officers taunted the men with racial slurs and poured milk, alcohol and chocolate syrup over their faces. After a mock execution went awry and Jenkins was shot in the mouth, they devised a cover-up that included planting drugs and a gun. False charges stood against Jenkins and Parker for months. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than file. This combination of photos shows, from top left, former Rankin County Sheriff's deputies Hunter Elward, Christian Dedman, Brett McAlpin, Jeffrey Middleton, Daniel Opdyke and former Richland police officer Joshua Hartfield appearing at the Rankin County Circuit Court in Brandon, Miss. August 14, 2023. A federal judge has postponed sentencing for the 6 former Mississippi law enforcement officers who pleaded guilty to a long list of federal charges for torturing 2 black men in January. AP photo, Rogelio V. Solis. File. The conspiracy unraveled after one officer told the sheriff he had lied, leading to confessions from the others. Former Rankin County Sheriff's deputies Brett McAlpin, Hunter Elward, Christian Dedman, Jeffrey Middleton and Daniel Opdyke, and former Richland City police officer Joshua Hartfield, who was off duty during the assault, pleaded guilty to numerous federal and state charges including assault, conspiracy and obstruction of justice. The charges followed an investigation by the Associated Press that linked some of the deputies to at least 4 violent encounters with black men since 2019 that left 2 dead and another with lasting injuries. In a statement to AP on Tuesday, attorney Malik Shabazz said he hoped the sentencing will happen soon. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker urging that the sentencing for the Goon Squad members take place as quickly as possible, Shabazz said. We are urging justice for Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker in every way. Prosecutors say some of the officers called themselves the Goon Squad for their willingness to use excessive force and cover-up attacks. They agreed to prosecutor-recommended sentences ranging from 5 to 30 years, although the judge isn't bound by that. Time served for separate convictions at the state level will run concurrently with the potentially longer federal sentences. Michael Goldberg is a core member for the Associated Press, Report for America Statehouse News Initiative. Report for America is a nonprofit national service program that places journalists in local newsrooms to report on undercovered issues. Follow him at @MikerGoldberg.